Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. How are you all tonight? We will be getting started as soon as this timer right here reaches to zero here. Let me make sure that we're streaming okay. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be having fun. We're going to be answering your questions. We're going to be talking about how to dominate, okay? How to dominate. So, how are you? Hope you're doing great today. I want to make sure that I can see your comments. We're going to be spending a few minutes here tonight. All right, can you guys see me okay? Can you hear me okay? Everything good? All right, as people are piling on right here, obviously if you're going to be watching this recorded later on, then it might not apply to you, but right now we have people coming in live, obviously. I want to show you guys something here. Take a look at this. We're going to be talking about those guys who are here from the 4%, okay? 4% group members. Can you guys see me? And I want to show you guys. If somebody wants to share this in a group, that would be great. So this is a public broadcast. I just wanted to come on here and just hang out, for a few minutes, see how you all been, connect with you guys, hopefully deliver some value to you. In fact, I know I can deliver some ideas to you that might, if you take and apply them, it will probably help you take your business to the next level. Which is always a great idea, right? So it doesn't matter what you're doing here. Not really here to sell you anything, although you feel free to join the 4% if you'd like, if you're not a member yet. We might talk about that a little bit. But at the end of the day, I wanted to bring some value to you all, take this information for what it's worth to you. I'll be answering your questions. So if you have questions, go ahead and pop them in here. Tell me where you're from. And as people are still piling in, I want you guys to see something here, because what fires me up, man, we just crossed, I think, over 110,000 members, I think, maybe more, of the 4% group. Crazy, insane, all right? So we're actually on track to hit, I think we're going to hit 1 million members by the end of this year. And what I would like to talk to you about is this idea of domination, right? Like, what are you doing? How many of you would like to dominate your stuff? Like, dominate your market, right? Dominate what you do. Dominate your business, dominate your bank accounts, right? Like, control it. I'm talking about control. I'm talking about being able to commend, the result that you want. So we'll just bounce. This is going to be like the theme of the conversation tonight. Hey, check this out here, because what really fires me up, some people say, Rick, can anybody do this stuff? What fires me up, man, is we've got people that have, became members and applying the strategies that stuff that I've been talking about for years. And it works. You know what I mean? It just flat out works. If you apply it, take a look at this. This is really cool. I love this kind of stuff. Take a look at this.
I was in restaurants, businesses, many entrepreneurial, different types of opportunities, and I burnt out. And I decided I just wanted to go retire. And when I saw a group that Vic was leading, I had heard a little bit about him in the past, and it just resonated with me just because he just looked like somebody who was just looking to dominate and straightforward shooting kind of a person. Well, I want to be in that 4% group. I'm blessed. How many millions of people are there that I found the guy that I resonate with and who is top notch human being for this line of work. So it took about a couple of months to really get my head around the whole picture of it. And I'm ready. And I'm moving. Follow it. Just follow it. Don't make the same mistake I did. Don't waste time.
Ninon. Shout out to Ninon. When I go to an event, Ninon brings me a drink all the time. She's like, hey, here's some drink for you, man, the Celsius. All right. Terrence, Ivica, Abraham, Michael, okay, Leisha, Mike, a lot of you guys are hanging out here. Okay, so if you got questions, post your questions below. We're going to be getting started. I want you, hey, take a look at this. Take a look at this one right here, okay? Take a look at this. This is really cool.
Vic has been a mentor for me for a few years, And since I've been following that guy, everything started to change in my life. Listen, I've been a dentist for over 20 years before that, and at some point I had enough of the dental practice, so I tried to find my way in the internet marketing sphere, tried to find a guru, magic pills, magic buttons going to change my life overnight. But I struggled so much, it was crazy. It was a nightmare. But thanks God, at some point I met Vic, and everything started to change because Vic is different. What he's doing is very successful because he's one of the most successful guys in the business right now all around the world. I remember at one point, Vic was a little bit more fat, and I remember that he decided at some point to change his health. He found a mentor, and everything started to change. That's the way, guys. I always remember one phrase from Vic when he's saying, if my mentor will ask me to do some phone calls standing on one leg, I will do it with no doubt. Listen, if you want me to do that, Vic, tonight, I will do it. No problem with that, because I understand one thing. If I'm being following every step you're telling me to do, I will meet success without any problem. Again, just want to say a big thank you, my friend. All right? All the best. Bye-bye.
I see Netherlands. I see all kinds of countries here. All right, how would you like to dominate what you do? You know, I remember when I got started in 2005. You know, got online, did not know anything. You know, and the journey has been incredible. Some of you guys who don't know my story, you know, I started out broke. I did, you know, all kinds of jobs when I was. I started to work when I was 14. I remember we came to the United States. I was like 12, I think. 12 or 13. When I was 14, I started my first job ever. And that was cleaning floors, cleaning toilets at like a bank, you know, like a cleaner, you know. Worked a little bit there, a few weeks. Like, I don't know, I don't want to do this, you know. And as I was doing this, like, you know, mopping the floors, walking the bank at night, you know, I spotted the department, and that department was a proof department. I don't know how many of you guys, anybody like worked at a proof at the bank? You know what I'm talking about? Like a proof, like a proof department. I think that's what it's actually called, a proof. It was Wells Fargo here in the States, and they were just like 10 key in checks. You know, all the checks that people write. It was like. It was a while. It was a long time. I think I was like 15 or so, 15 or 16 by this time. I was like 15, I think. And I'm walking. Every time I walk through the department, I'm seeing people sitting, you know, in their cubicles, and they're just like typing, you know, typing in front of the computer like this big old 10 key machine, and they just go in checks. You know, they just type in check numbers. I'm like, I didn't know what that was, but I'm like, hey, I want to work there. You know, I wonder what it would take for me to work there, a kid. And I started to explore, you know, as I was mopping the floors. I'm like, hey, there's applications, there's people working. I started asking around, right? And before I knew it, you know, I was talking to the supervisor of the department. I'm like, you know, what does it take to work here, right? I wanted to get something better. I wanted to advance, you know, and then I worked there. And I'm like, dude, this is like sitting all day long, and it's just not my thing, you know. And then and I saw people walking with their, you know, with their headphones, you know, with a little earpiece and a little mouthpiece, you know, the little microphone, and just like talking. I'm like, dude, this, you know, talking and walking and talking would be kind of cool, right? So then I worked at the, got myself transferred over to the department, collections department, you know, to where people that didn't pay their credit cards or whatever, you know, we would call them up and get them to pay. And this is where I started to learn about like what it really takes to work with people, right? Still very young, you know, at a very young age. But one thing that really, really helped me at that, right? I accredit a lot of my success with like knowing, like not, first of all, not being shy about what you want. You know, this is what I want to tell you guys. I don't know who you are. Most of you guys probably don't, you know, most of you, hopefully you know me, right? If you're here. By the way, next week when we do this, we're going to do these every Monday night. You might want to write this down, right? Or maybe make a note for yourself. If you want to get value, we're actually starting out from this is going to be 4% official. We didn't have the time to get to it yet tonight. But starting next week, what we're doing is we're going to have a platform where we're going to be streaming every single Monday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, right? and it's going to be streaming from the 4%. We're going to have, I'll be doing those. We're going to have our leaders doing them sometimes. You know, there's going to be a live stream happening every single week, like clockwork. So if you guys want to plug in, there's going to be no charge for this. This is just free value. We have some people that are just absolutely crushing it. I mean, literally like thousands of dollars per day, per week. We had some people that have generated tons of money today, you know, within the 4% as well. But it's not necessarily about just the 4% and what we do and just try to recruit people. We're not looking for everybody. I'm not here to sell you a thing. What I'm here for is to hopefully empower you, you know, hopefully bring you the value that maybe plant a seed that when you think about it, right, maybe it grows and you're like, hey, you know, one idea that you got that can lead you into, you know, turning that one idea and grow into, you know, a powerful campaign or a promotion or whatever it is that you want, right? Maybe it's just an idea that's going to help you, you know, get more comfortable, be on camera or with people, or maybe get traffic idea or conversion or whatever, right? But here's the thing what I'm going to tell you. You got to know what you want, right? When you know what you want, you got to go after it and don't be shy about it. I remember every single thing that I ever wanted, right? I went for it and I was not shy about it. So here I am, kid, have no experience, right, with like on the phones. Check this out. English is my second language, right? Don't know anything about people skills or influence or persuasion. Just very, very shy kid, right? Very introverted. You know, I was not one of those kids in school or high school that was just like everywhere and talking to everybody, right? Dude, just came here, you know, I'm just like still learning the culture and still learning the people. But I knew one thing, right? I knew that I wanted to be, you know, I wanted to work in that department and I wanted to get there. And then I wanted to be there and I wanted to talk on the phone, right? So I'm like, hey, I think I can learn this thing. And the belief system that I've adopted that helped me was this belief in myself that I have what it takes to learn a skill, right? That's going to help me get to the level that I want. Does that make sense, you guys? Like I see so many people that they're just like, they want something, but they are not. The first thing that I see is this. You guys, you know, so far, and I'll come back to that story because there are some lessons that I think, you know, some people might learn from that help me. But the first thing is this, you know, if it's a belief in your ability to do something, right? Now, when I got started in the department that, you know, that the collections department at the bank, they put me on an auto dialer. Well, they put me through some trainings. You know, you got to learn the system, like 2 weeks of trainings, but basically just learning the system. And then they put you on the floor. And they put you on the floor, and you get to sit to somebody, right? You get to sit with somebody, and you just listen in. And so I sat with a few people, right? And then very, very quickly in that department, I identified, you know, one of the team leaders. He's like, hey, you see that girl over there, right? And we had, you know, like leaderboards and you know, numbers every day, every hour numbers were updating. As far as how, you know, how people were collecting and collectors, you know, how everybody was doing amongst each other, like friendly competition going on. It was a lot of fun. But one thing that my team leader told me that really, really, really helped me, and that was a big aha moment for me at that time. He's like, hey, you're new here, right? You want to learn this. Do you want to be average or do you want to be somebody who's going to be at the top of the leaderboards? I'm like, of course I want to be at the top of the leaderboards. Right? Again, picture this. Don't have any skills whatsoever. Zero people skills. Okay? Zero. Okay? And I wanted to be number one, or I wanted to be at the top of the leaderboards. So he's like, hey, see that girl over there? She's crushing it. You want to get around her and listen to how she's doing it, right? Script is one thing. This is what he tells me. He says, hey, script is one thing. Okay? You've got to read between the lines and you've got to adopt the confidence that she's got, because that confidence is what getting her, you know, to be number one on the leaderboards. And she was just crushing it every day, every week, right? Huge breakthroughs huge breakthrough for marketing, for marketers, people like us right now, right? Especially guys who are, you know, doing something online, you're promoting, you're building a team, right? Confidence, right? How do you build confidence? How many of you guys think that confidence is important here? Tell me. Ronnie, you think confidence is important? Marina, what's up? D, good to see you. Colin, Florence, good to be here. Okay, Kenneth White, good to see you here, brother. Okay, confidence in what? Just confidence, man. Confidence in your ability to learn a skill, okay? Confidence in knowing what you're talking about, right? Austin, confidence is key. Now, what is the key, right? Like a lot of people overcomplicate this marketing game, and maybe we can demystify it to a degree, right? So it really doesn't take a lot. Well, maybe we'll loop it back. This conversation can go. We can be, we can be talking about a lot of things. I'm just like, as I'm thinking back, I'm like, what are some of the things that really helped me and like my personal journey that allowed me to, have my breakthroughs, those little things that allow me to go and build myself and take my business, take my, what I was doing to the next level. So I'm listening to this girl, and she's like, she's talking to people like she's controlling the conversation, right? Controlling the conversation. So that's what the biggest thing I was getting from her. She's like, she's in control all the time. She's controlling, she's calling her shots. I'm like, that's interesting, right? So I'll give you an example. When somebody, I said to this one guy, and listen to him, and when he is talking to a customer, right, he's like asking for a payment, and at the end of the sentence, he raises his voice. He's like, your balance is this much, and I'm calling you because I'm, wondering if you maybe, have an ability to make a payment. You see what I'm saying? It's a weak level of confidence, right? There's no confidence. Where this girl, she was like, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm calling you because we need to get your account taken care of. I can do this or this, which one would you prefer? Boom, pause, right? I'm like, that's a big difference. She did not necessarily follow the script, but so the biggest breakthrough there that I got was like, you don't have to follow, the standard script or whatever, right? You don't have to follow the standard, like what everybody else is doing, because when you get in the department, when you get into your company, when you're promoting a company, right? Maybe they give you, hey, here's how everything has been done up to this point, right? And this is how you should do it. And a lot of people buy into that, and so they put themselves in this little box, and they think, okay, this is the only way to do it, right? And they're just following what everybody else is doing. Where people, if you take a look at any company, literally take a look at any company, give me a company that you know that is crushing right now. Okay, that's like a lot of people there. It might be a network marketing company, it might be, direct sales company, any affiliate that you know. Okay, give me a name, give me a company. Now think of that company. Okay, why is that if you look at a company, majority of people are just getting similar results, which is almost nothing, failing, and then an elite group of people somewhere, right? They're just crushing it, right? So if you take a look at that and just reverse engineer, those people are not playing by the rules what everybody else is doing. They set their own rules, okay? Now hear me out. Some of you guys, how many of you guys are brand new here? Hey, how many of you are brand new? Do we have anybody who's like brand new? Okay? I'll give you an example, another example. I'm looking at your comments right now. So if you guys can talk to me, I like that. GVO, okay, give me another one. Amway, right? Walmart. I mean, Walmart is going after, really going head on with Amazon right now. Primerica is always killing it. But take a look at Primerica, right? Primerica or any of the insurance industry is a big thing. Real estate is a big thing. Definitely network marketing is huge. Car sales, you take a look at any sales, at all, right? You'll see this happening. Doesn't matter where you go, okay? Doesn't matter where you go. There's a few people that are crushing it, and those people are not playing by the rules, okay? So if you're brand new, okay, it's very, very simple to succeed. Number one is you've got to develop the belief in yourself that you can do it. Not, if you don't have a skill, there's three skills that I believe entrepreneurs need to learn. And if you master those three skills, you can go to any company, promote anything or sell anything, and you will be crushing it, okay? This is in my opinion, okay? I'm not saying this is right or wrong. This is just from what I've seen. Number one is a skill of marketing, right? It's a skill of marketing. So in our world, online, it's a skill of generating traffic, okay? So that's a skill number one. Skill number two, you're generating traffic. You've got to understand you don't play by the rules. Like if you want to get the results that everybody else is getting, you take a look at any of these companies you guys named, right? Mentioned, and you take a look at what their people are doing, majority of those people are doing what everybody else in affiliate marketing or in that company is doing as far as promotions. They're getting traffic, so they're learning this skill of marketing and traffic generation. But that skill is not allowing them to just crush it or dominate, right? Because they're lacking the second skill, which is, communication, right? So they're acquiring traffic, and now you should be building a list. This is a big thing that we teach you here in the 4%. And everything we do, like all of our systems, we build with these components in mind, so that as our people are going through our training, my goal is to help, member become a true entrepreneur, that they can stand on their own 2 feet and just crush with anything, okay? And that is ability to build your list. Like if you're watching this and if you are, promoting anything at all, and if you're not capturing your subscribers, okay, whether they're free sign-ups or paid, sign-ups or prospects, if you are getting a visitor and if you're not capturing them, you're making a big mistake, okay? I might be jumping, all over the place here, but I promise you, if you just listen, everything is going to come together, okay? I'm going to give you guys some ideas, some very, very powerful ideas, but you'll have to listen for these secrets and you'll pick them up, okay? If you are open-minded to this, I promise you'll get some ideas here that will help you take your business to the next level. Secret number one, and I'll point this one out for you. If you are getting traffic right now from any source, okay, you should be building a retargeting list, okay? Retargeting list, okay? Your custom audiences. Facebook is huge. Facebook is not going anywhere. Okay, Facebook is acquiring, Instagram, they're just scooping everything, right? They're just scooping everything. They're going like, head to head against Snapchat right now, right? With all those filters being released, it's crazy what they're doing. So if you think Facebook is going anywhere, they're not going anywhere. Okay, they're expanding. It's going to become one of the, it's going to be just this one giant ocean of people, right? That you'll be able to fish, if you will, in, okay? So, big tip for you, if you are getting traffic from solo ads, if you're getting traffic from your list, if you're getting traffic from posting a flyer at Walmart, in a supermarket, giving out cards, banners, display media, whatever traffic you have coming from, whichever direction, as soon as they're hitting your landing page, okay, you should have a retargeting pixel or your custom audiences pixel from Facebook on your landing page, that regardless if they opt in or not, they're still on your list. Okay, they're still on your custom audiences list with Facebook. Why? Because you can follow them around with retargeting later on. Okay, you guys get this? This is, and you can do that very, very, you can build that list for free. Okay. So everybody should be building a list. You're building a list of people to follow, and then you're building a prospects list, okay? And then you follow up. So when you build this list, now the second skill that we need to acquire and really, really get deliberate about, it's a skill of communicating yourself, okay? Not your company message necessarily, not your company message, but it's the ability to communicate. Okay, does that make sense, Josephine? How do you keep that list of subscribers motivated, Vic? Venno Morgan, okay? Probably butchering your name, apologize. How do you keep them motivated? How do you keep them engaged? This is a big thing that like 99% of all the marketers in your space, in our space right now, they're lacking, okay? And it's it can be a good thing or a bad thing. It's a bad thing for them. It can be a good thing for you because this is your competition. This is the people that you're going after, right? So if you make a decision, you say, look, this is like, if you want, marketing to be your long-term career, like I made a decision in 2005. I'm like, dude, I want to build something that I really, at that time, I really wanted to provide just a better life for my family at that time. I'm like, hey, we have kids someday. I just got married. I'm like, how awesome would it be to literally build an internet company, And what motivated me at that time was, my big why was my family, like giving them something better, giving them, perhaps giving my kids the lifestyle that I wanted but couldn't have, growing up. So the skill of communicating yourself is very important, okay? Because not everybody's going to do this. Everybody's going after the lowest hanging fruit, okay? The skill of communication, I'm talking about the skill of persuasion, okay? Those of you guys who are marketers, and you look at people that are crushing in this industry. Take a test, right? Do like a, just reflect a little bit and take a look at the company that you know, and take a look at the leaders that are crushing it. Take a look at what they're doing, okay? How they're communicating. They're always, I guarantee you, 99% of them, they have a custom thing going on, a custom communication, okay, that's happening. Maybe it's a private Facebook group they're doing. Maybe it's a private phone call they're doing. Maybe it's a coffee call they're doing every morning or every week or every other day or whatever, right? But they're gathering people, and they're building that audience, okay, that is listening to that leader, okay? Huge thing. You don't need a lot of traffic if you know how to work your audiences. So the next skill that everybody must master is the skill of communicating yourself and your vision. Okay, not your product, forget about the product, forget about what you're doing, because you can have the product today, there is no product tomorrow, company may be, changing or whatever the case is, but you've got people following you, okay? Big thing I see is people are building campaigns around a company, okay? And I'm telling you guys, how many of you guys here from the 4% group? Okay, Miles is saying building a community, yes, okay? So how many of you guys are here from the 4% group? Yeah, give me like a what's up, Vic, or something like that. If you're from the 4%. And if you like what we do in the 4%, by the way, we'll talk about it in just a minute. You give me like a heart, okay? If you guys love it, give me a heart. Let me know who you are. This is how I get your feedback, by the way. So I'm not just talking to the camera. It's Monday night, and so take a look at this. You guys are from the 4%, right? What I'm teaching you is what, right? I'm teaching you, I'm saying, look, always build yourself, okay? If you are a part of the company and the company is making you to build the company and not yourself, so you're like in the shadows, right? And then you're like dependent on the company forever, okay? Then it's a big red flag for me personally, okay? You should never, ever depend and base your entire promotions based on just the company, okay? You should have a vision that is personal, your own, that is also congruent with the company's vision or the product's vision or whatever it is that you're promoting, whatever that result is, but you've got to have your own version of that vision that you can communicate to the audiences, right? That people connect through your vision, and then the company becomes a byproduct for you. So what you're doing is you're building you, not really the company, right? And here I am, founder of the 4% group, telling you guys not to like depend on the 4% and really build yourself. And this is what we're really trying to do here, because man, this is how entrepreneurs become entrepreneurs, is when you are truly free, right? Now, if you are brand new, don't know how to do this kind of stuff. So there are systems, right, that help you do that. But again, this is a skill that every entrepreneur needs to consciously decide to master, not like know a little bit about, okay, master. Okay, if you look at, any, take a look at sport, take a look at golf, okay, take a look at basketball. When I say, Michael Jordan, who comes to your mind, right? When I say, Steve Jobs, what comes to mind, right? So there are specialists, okay? So I want to be, as a marketer, I want to be a specialist about something, okay? And I'll tell you what, consciously I decided on how to do that. If you want, we can talk about it, how to reverse engineer your thing. But that's a big thing. So you're building yourself. So we can come back to it, okay? Skill number 2 is communicating your vision, okay? And building your community. And skill number 3, to me, systems is very important, okay? Systems are very important. Deborah, what's up? Michael Watson, good to see you, man. Michael Watson saying, listening to The Strangest Secret in the World by Earl Nightingale will help. Yes, okay? I am wondering, okay, I'll tell you, we'll talk a little bit about systems here in a minute. How many of you, okay, I hear you guys, got 454 people here live. How many of you guys would like to have this, like what you do or what you're attempting to do, your career? Like you don't want to dabble into anything else. You're not just tapping your feet in the water here, just to kind of testing the waters. But you really want to build something massive, and you want to expand, you want to grow, you want to build systems around it, and you really see yourself doing this long term. Okay? The problem that a lot of people, okay, are having is they fail before they succeed. They fail before they even start. Okay, you're gonna fail before you succeed. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen. Okay, it doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't, you know? It's just how it is. I guess it's just life. But what I see is a lot of people are failing right, you know, even before they start. I'll give you a perfect example. Have you ever seen those? I mean, just take a look at anything, man. I mean, I came across, you know, some kind of just on Facebook, just a random ad, you know, popped up on my thing. It's some sort of like a belt. You know, you put it on, I think it's called Flex Belt or something. Huge company, right? So they build, you know, a big business around it. Tons and tons and tons of success stories. You know, you put it on yourself. I'm not promoting it. I just saw it in that. But then I saw the comments, and I'm like, dude, how crazy, right? People's approach, and it happens in marketing as well. People's approach is when they see something, and their attitude is, hey, I will give it a try, right? I will give it a try. So when you say something like, I will give it a try, what are you really saying? Probably gonna fail, you know? Probably gonna fail, but I'll prove myself wrong, or I'll prove myself right, right? And if somebody says, I'm gonna give it a try, I guarantee you, 90% of the time, they'll fail, okay? So when I say systems, okay, here's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you start driving traffic to whatever it is that you're promoting, and you develop your own way of communicating with your list, and your own way of building your list, okay, and your own way of going about building your business, however small it might be in the beginning, right? You document and you keep track of what's working and what's not working. This is the easiest way that anybody can build a system. Literally, anybody can build a system around this. Okay, you don't have to, like, when people think about systems, people think, okay, I need to hire developers and programmers and this and this and this. You can have a system even if you got started 2 weeks ago. Okay, you can build a system. Number one, okay, is you staying plugged into something that works. Number two is you following and getting your own result. Number three is you documenting. Number four, okay, is you starting to, here's when I say system. A system can be something as simple as your weekly update, okay, to the members about what you're doing, or a weekly update to your list of subscribers. Somebody came into your world, okay, somebody says, how do you motivate people, right? You keep it very, very simple. If you start talking about stuff that's complicated, people run away, okay? Simplicity is power, okay? The simpler things are, the more powerful it's going to be. And people tend to follow instructions, you know, when things are simpler. So initially, for me, the systems was, you know, I was like go back to the, for example, go back to the collections department, you know, at the bank. You know, when I was learning this thing about people skills and all this stuff, that really, really helped me, and really, you know, help me understand this whole process and systems and how to do it, right? Because when you find something that works and you can document it and you can pinpoint, like for example, if you run an ad and you say, okay, if I run this headline or if I run this subject line in my email, right, I get more open rates, or my open rates are higher than if I run this headline right here, okay? So if you make that distinction, guess what? You can start creating a swipe file, right? Or like a directory, or, you know, or a resource file of stuff that you have found to be working for yourself, okay? Whether it's a headline, and then guess what? When you do that, right, you will start to systematize and you will start to see the pattern, okay, in your subject lines. You know, maybe that's just one piece of the big equation, right? Maybe another thing is maybe different traffic sources you test out, right? So in so doing, here's what happens. You're building a system that you can now replicate, and then you can replicate later on a massive scale, to where a complete beginner can go through, and as you're learning and doing things, right, you're documenting your journey, and then you have a system that goes through the autoresponder and communicates to your list, okay? And your people might be like 3 steps right behind you, or maybe 5 steps behind you, okay? But you start to communicate with them, and you can just literally load up these messages, these follow-up messages with to your prospects list. You guys getting this? Okay? And your people, as you're building your business, you're being transparent to your people over here, and they're following your footstep, your footprints, if you will, right? And then maybe weekly, you guys do like a weekly recap or something like that, or maybe weekly, broadcast or a weekly get together, a gathering, or maybe a coffee call for 10 minutes, a quick update. You see what I'm saying? So anybody can build systems, and it does not require you. Like you can start a Facebook group, right? So what I found is that when I was learning from this, from people that were crushing in the collections department when I was still a kid, I learned the importance of confidence. Okay, so confidence is something that you cannot purchase. You cannot purchase confidence. You can't buy it. It's not for sale. If it was easy to just purchase confidence, everybody would be confident, right? I mean, how much money would you pay to be confident? Beverly, what's up? Mariam, what's up? Empty your cup. Jeff Perry says, that's what I'm doing now. Works. That's awesome, man. Okay? So, you don't need money. Rocky Vega saying, I don't need money for that. You don't need money for, everybody, if you have an autoresponder, you have what it takes to systematize your stuff, right? But number two is confidence. How do you build confidence? You can't get it, right? You have to develop it, okay? And you develop confidence by doing things that you're not comfortable doing, literally. Like, what you don't want to do, you just do. What you're afraid to do, you just do. And it's something that you will develop in yourself. Like if you're afraid of video, get on a live stream. If you're afraid of talking to people, pick up your phone and schedule a teleconference and do a teleconference call. And talk to the 5 people that will show up, or 15 or 20 or 100 people that will show up and listen to you. If you're afraid of, writing an email, write an email. Whatever it is that you're not comfortable about doing, okay, start doing that. And then second thing is, give yourself this will help me, okay, build confidence. I'm like, okay, to build the confidence, you gotta start believing in your abilities to be able to do things that you tell yourself you're gonna do, right? So to me, that was like, okay, I'm gonna say today, right? I'm going to like, what's your weak spot, right? This might be a good thing for for some of you guys. Like for myself, I'll tell you. One thing that helped me was you give yourself a command, right? Or you give yourself you agree with yourself on something. Let's say, okay, I'm not gonna have any candies today, or I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna do any sweets today, or I'm not gonna do a cake today. No matter what, right? If that's your weak spot. If your weak spot is maybe cigarettes, right? Maybe you're like, dude, I'm just not gonna smoke today, right? Or if it's pop, some people like literally cannot live without like Coke or something, right? It's killing you, it's not good for you, but you got so addicted to it. So it's small. Start small. Maybe it's just today I'm just gonna do 5 push-ups today, right? And you do it, right? And so you follow those small things that seem to be like small, but then you start building on those, and this is how you start to build the confidence that. Not like in your product or your ability to market, but confidence in yourself, okay? That that if you give yourself a command and you follow on that command, you feel better, right? And then tomorrow you feel better, and then it boosts your self-esteem, your confidence, and now I know it's really like oversimplistic probably, but that helped me personally. Maybe it's gonna help you. I don't know. Try it out. Find out whatever works for you. But then what you can do is you can teach it, man. A lot of people think like, dude, I gotta know all these, all this content, or acquire all this content or all this knowledge, or be knowledgeable, or make $1 million before I can start teaching, right? You can literally have people coming behind you 3 steps. You just have to be, on the edge of your game every single day, learning something, right? And then sharing with your people. So systems, okay? Something as simple as, does this make sense, everybody? Okay? I'm going to answer your questions. We're going to talk about something cool as well here. But systems, here is why systems are important to me. I want to systematize what I'm doing because I don't want to babysit my business. Okay? I don't mind working very, very hard for a period of time. Okay? And then if I need to remove myself from my business, I want to have systems in place that operate and run. And I also want to have systems for scaling, okay? Again, you guys in 4%, you probably know me for transparency, okay? We're like super transparent about what we do, okay? I'll tell you this, and you really start thinking about this for yourself, right? If you're brand new, this might not be, maybe you're a few months or maybe a couple years away from this, but nonetheless, start thinking about this. If you remove yourself from what you're doing, will your business continue to run, right? And if the answer is no, then start thinking about how can you systematize what you're doing so that your business can go without you, okay? So how do you do that? Well, for us, okay, for me, when I got online in 2005, I was grinding. I was promoting affiliate offers. I was promoting, other people's programs, ClickBank products, and I was just like, I needed to be there. I needed to run traffic. I needed to, to invest money into advertising, run, right? And then somebody said, Vic, why don't you teach this stuff? Okay, and that was a big aha moment for me when I went online. I was like, maybe I should teach this, right? And I started teaching that, and then somebody says, hey, why don't you start charging for this? And I'm like, why don't I, right? But because I was doing exactly what I'm telling you right now, like I ran an ad. A lot of you guys know this story. I ran an ad on Craigslist. Got 20 subscribers. Free, didn't cost me anything. 20 people got to my prospects list. No sales, right? I turn around, my first 20 subscribers ever. I turn around and I email these 20 people and I say, hey guys, I want to show you how I got 20 leads in a single day. I didn't tell them that they were my 20 leads. They don't, as far as they're concerned, they don't care, right? Maybe they would care if I told them, but this is another thing, right? You don't have to wait until you have money coming in from what you're doing if you're selling stuff to feel like you're successful. Okay? See, a lot of people making a mistake. They're voicing their current situation, right? While trying to move their business forward. Never going to happen. Okay? You focus on your future. You focus on where you're going. So if I wanted to get a sale online, I just got started 2005. Again, never knew what I was doing, but I had a mentor I was listening to. He's like, dude, you got to start building your team. Start building your herd, right? Start connect with your people. How do you do that? You got to stand out. Connect with them and talk to them like you're talking to your best friend, right? So I'm like, okay, how would I talk to my best friend? Email them, Hey, this is Vic. Appreciate you. Just wanted to let you know I'm doing a free call. I'm going to tell you how I got 20 leads in one day. Nothing for sale. Leave your wallet in a separate room. Okay? Call this number at this time. I'll show you what I did. They called in and I showed them what I did. I say, hey, I just ran an ad. Here's what the ad said, right? And I've got 20 subscribers. Any questions? Simple as that. 20, 15-minute call, right? So what happened was this grew. And then these people, right, that are purchasing whatever it is that you're selling them, okay? If there is an opportunity, like for example, pick a niche. I don't want to keep it just around internet marketing because I know, like some people think that with so much garbage going on the internet, it's very easy to get confused in thinking that all it is just like some sort of a closed loop business model, which there is a lot of it. Okay, in fact, most of the companies that's out there, they're just closed loop business models. You can apply this in anything. Like I used to sell insurance, right? Car sales as well. Okay, real estate. If you have people join your team, if it's insurance or network marketing team or your online business, whatever, right? What do they want? They want to do what you do. If they joined as an affiliate or as a distributor, as a salesperson, they want what you do, right? They want to get the results. They want to be profitable. So can you duplicate, if they're on your team, can you duplicate what you do for yourself with others? Okay? This is huge. This is important. And if you can duplicate what you do with others, and you become somebody who is going to be one day, okay, it's not going to happen, right away, but one day, slowly but surely, okay, you're developing yourself into somebody who will become very, very difficult to replace. Okay? and this is a huge thing. When I talk about systems, very, very, very few people understand systems concept. Those of you guys who are in the 4%, we have something crazy coming to the back end here of the 4% to where we'll help you, right? Like right now we probably have, don't you guys think like we have probably one of the best systems when it comes to systems, online. I think 9 or 10 different streams coming in, income streams available, all passive. People don't have to work for them, just systems, right? And it's really, I think we have one of the, probably the most brilliant systems when it comes to like system that anybody can plug in and it's going to work, right? Now, you can use systems that somebody else created, like the 4%, for example. Okay, we have that. Okay, and it's really easy to make $1 million with a system that's already in place. Now, I'm gonna challenge you guys, and we're gonna bring this to our platform because our vision is eventually is to create entrepreneurs that will stand on their own 2 feet. Okay, so I'm giving you this as a seed, planting that seed a little bit ahead of time here. I want you to start thinking about this because this is what's coming up. Right? And you should be thinking about it. If you want to dominate, if you want this to be your long-term career, and you don't want to be a fluke, like you don't want to do this and just bounce all over the place. Don't follow the shiny object in the industry. Okay, there's always something that's going to be launching. There's always people that will be copying each other, right? What you need to focus on acquiring the 3 skills that are critical to your success, promoting any company under the sun. Okay, traffic generation, marketing, communication, okay, and then systems. Systems is important because one day it will allow you to create freedom. Okay, open the door of freedom to your life. Okay, to where you have people following the system, doing what they're going to be doing anyways, right? And you'll benefit from it as well. Okay, if you want to build a company one day, great. If you want to stay a little bit smaller, is great, right? So one of the things that we'll have coming into the 4% back end, is literally the ability for you guys that are members of the 4%, is to start creating your own mini systems. Okay, that you will be able to again document your journey, communicate with your list. Okay, and there's a training and coaching guiding you along the way. Okay, of how to do that. Okay, how many of you guys are going through Operation 100K right here? Okay, Operation 100K. We have this training inside of the 4%. Okay, so if you watch that in the episodes coming up, okay, you will see how this is going to unfold. Okay, by the way, Operation 100K is available to our pro level members of the 4%, and you guys will see. Okay, again, I go undercover as I'm not gonna reveal too much here, but as a brand new affiliate, right? Not using a list, not using anything, and then you guys will see how I create a system documenting my journey in talking with my list that I'm building. Okay, it's going to be it's going to be an eye-opener for so many people. Okay, so what I'm saying here is this. Okay, if you are somebody who has been struggling, okay, you might be standing in your own way of success. Okay, you might be overcomplicating just because, and it might not be even your fault until I tell you this. Okay, now that you know, it is your fault if you don't succeed. Okay, you can't really blame people for the rest of your life. Right? So eventually we've got to take a look at ourselves, in the mirror and say, you know what? Who is the guy who's going to succeed or fail here? Ultimately, it's you. Okay? I just got back from from Tampa, and attended this mastermind. People paid $50,000 to attend the mastermind. Okay? 2 days. Okay? $50,000. And we did a webinar, or I did a live stream last night, Sunday night, right, for our Facebook group. 4%. I'm like, hey, would you guys pay $50,000 to invest in yourself, right? And so really what you're doing is you're investing in yourself, you're acquiring the education. And people might be like, okay, I'm going to invest money when I get money, okay? Will you really? So it's an ability to do this. It's an ability to say, okay, if you want to do this long term, if you want to dominate, make a decision. Very, very simple. Simplify things. Make a decision. I want to dominate. Start building that belief system. There's 3 things, right? There is internal communication, how you talk to yourself, what you say to yourself. If you say like, okay, I'm going to try it, I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. I'm broke, I'm this. First of all, never, ever, ever say that you're broke. Never, okay? Never, ever say that you're broke. What you say to yourself, what you think to yourself has a lot of power, okay? Words have tremendous power behind them. Thoughts have tremendous power behind them. Never, ever tell yourself that you're stupid, ever, okay? Never tell yourself that you're broke, even if you don't have the money. Never tell yourself that you're broke, okay? Never tell yourself that you're sick, okay? Even if you might be ill, just don't do it. Why? Because it's not going to benefit you, okay? It's not going to take you a step closer in the direction you want to go. You guys agree or disagree? Okay? So mastering internal communication is important, right? Mastering what you talk to yourself, or how you talk to yourself, what you say to yourself. Okay? A lot of that is going to come from the environment that you put yourself deliberately, consciously. I can take myself from this environment, I can put myself in this environment. How? A decision, just like that. Really, really simple. A lot of people overcomplicate things. They're like, oh my goodness, my family is, they're negative, or my environment is negative. Dude, place yourself in a different environment. How? Well, A, you can buy your way into a different environment, or B, you can just create your own environment. How? Start subscribing, go to YouTube. Here's a free tip for you, right? How do you immerse yourself with a different environment and start changing the people that you surround yourself with and change your paradigm? Okay, how do you do that? Very, very simple. Even if I was gonna say even if you're broke. First, again, don't say that you're broke, right? Even if you are struggling financially right now, and you may not have the money to buy yourself a mentor, okay? Here's how. Everybody's got access to YouTube, yes? YouTube. Instead of watching cats and dogs or some kind of other garbage, right? Subscribe to channels where you get great value and inspiration from, and start watching those videos on a regular basis every single day. Start saturating your head right here with that content and eliminate the garbage information in your life. News, what Donald is talking about, what that is talking about, what Democrats or Republicans, and you getting hot. You getting upset about what's going on in the world will not change a thing in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like and somebody's gonna say, well, dude, you gotta care, you gotta stay informed. Yeah, but is that gonna help you take? If you're on a journey to build something for yourself, okay? You worrying about all this other stuff and saturating your mind with the garbage that's gonna pull you down is going to drain your emotion, okay? Your emotional energy is going to, put you in a state that you don't want to be, depressed state of mind, right? It's going to make you look at the world through a specific lens, okay? Is that going to help you build a business? Is that going to help you, create the confidence or develop the confidence that you need to build what you need to build to take care of your own economy? Will it do it? If the answer is no, and the answer is no, then why would you do it, right? So deliberately, this is what really helped me. Again, this is another breakthrough that I had. My mentor said, Vic, you got to put yourself in the environment that's going to help you, okay? And I deliberately cut out anybody that's going to tell you you cannot do it. Just, if you need to let it in this ear, let it out this other ear, whatever you got to do, right? Humans are different from animals in a way that we can control our state, right? We can control our state. Other than that, dude, animals have what we have. A head, brain, heart, blood, lungs, etc., etc. Most of them, right? But we can focus on what we want to focus. So don't focus on the stuff that's disempowering. Focus on the things that will empower you. And in so doing, you'll be able to start changing your environment. Put yourself in a different environment. You will start to think and talk to yourself differently. Okay? It's a decision. Very, very simple. Again, simplify things. Okay? Don't overcomplicate it. If you're like, I need a mentor, I can't afford. Everybody can afford to go to YouTube and find people or sources or videos that will help you and get you that fire going. Okay? Number 2 is master your external communication. Right? External communication. External communication, again, your ability to communicate, your ability to talk to others. Your confidence, this is all external communication. Your posture, if you're on camera, how do you talk? How do you hold yourself? Do you look at people in the eye when you talk to them? Or your eyes are all over the place. Do you get nervous? All that stuff. It's a skill that can be learned. Okay, entrepreneurs are not born. I don't believe that entrepreneurs are born. We refuse to buy into that concept. We believe that entrepreneurs are made. okay? Just like I can learn how to use this phone, all right? Pamela, what's up? Travis, Shiki, boom, man. Terrence, okay? Is this helping y'all or not? Man, I want to get to your questions here, okay? Hopefully. Susan, you guys look, what you need to do, man, is you need to simplify things. Like start looking at this game as a game, because it is, okay? You got to learn the rules of the game and you got to play by the rules, okay? You got to play by the rules, okay? If I know I'm going to jump off the building, if I throw this, it goes down, okay? If I know this law right here, right, that anything that's heavier than air is going to fall down, why would I jump off the building? It would be crazy, it would be stupid, right? If you know that you complaining about your current situation while you're trying to build a business is going to take you backwards, is going to crash your business, why do you do that? It's just like climbing at the top of the building, looking at everything, you're like, hey, how beautiful this is, you know, and then you're doing a stupid thing, you know, jumping off your building and crashing down, and then you're wondering why you crashed. You know what I mean? It's really, really simple as that. So number one, internal communication, okay? Simplify it. Remove yourself, even if you don't have the resources, even if you don't have the money, everybody can do it tonight. You don't have any excuse not to be able to change your thinking, okay? You change what's going in your inside, you will change what's coming out from you, okay? You change what you put in here, you change your physique, you change everything, okay? It's really, 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 really that simple, okay? People that say, you know what, I cannot change, you know, the way I look. Yes, you can. It's a decision, okay? Your reason for doing something is not big enough. Your desire for it, even though it might not be good for you, is bigger than your reason to change. When your reason to change becomes bigger, the desire becomes nothing and you change, okay? Really, really simple. Next thing is master external communication. This is where you need to put your money where your mouth is, okay? The quickest way I can tell you is be careful in where and what you invest in, okay? Number one, what I found for myself is that investing in myself is the single most important investment I can make, okay? It's not real estate, it's not stocks, it's not bonds, it's not gold, it's not silver, it's not this, it's not that, it's not any of that, okay? It's investing in yourself, because you take yourself everywhere you go. If I invest in myself enough, where I develop the skills that I need to create my own economy, no matter what's going on in the world, nobody can take it away from me. People can take, you investing in, you know, whatever it is you're investing, hey, something changes tomorrow, everything can be taken away from you. If you don't have, you know, skills over here that you've invested to acquire, okay, then you know, you're naked, right? Metaphorically speaking. So, when it comes to investing in yourself, here's what I'll tell you. Cheap is not always good, okay? If you have an option between buying something that's really cheap, but you know it's not the best, versus something that's maybe a premium, right? But you know this is the best, that's going to help you. I'm talking about your education, okay? A lot of people go for this right here. This right here, if you're counting pennies, you're going to be leaving dollars, okay? And eventually it will cost you more than if you just go straight for this. Why? Because here you might have a lot of misinformation, okay? Here, if you're learning from somebody who maybe they don't do what they teach, okay? Maybe they are not, maybe they're just rehearsing information, maybe they're just, you know, regurgitating information, they're not in the trenches, they're not doing what they're teaching you how to do, all right? How do you know the information you're getting here is accurate? How do you know, okay? There's so much garbage. 76% of online marketers are earning zero, literally zero online. 92% are earning less than $100 a month, okay? It's crazy. Less than 0.5%, thousands of people surveyed, right, are earning more than $10,000 a month, okay? So, when it comes to your education, when it comes to investing in yourself, in your business, cheap is not always the best, okay? I would much rather have you save money if you have to go to work and work for somebody, trade your hours for dollars, okay? For a period of time, go through short-term inconvenience to get to long-term comfort, okay? Save some money as you're working at a job, right? Set aside 30%, 10%, 15, 20% of your paycheck and say, okay, this is gonna go to my dream account. This is gonna go to my, personal investment account. You know what I mean? That one day this is my self-education account, okay? And if you need to save up some money to get the best, you'd be much better off just going for the best. Make sense? Okay? A lot of people fail, and it's so easy, you guys, to succeed because all you have to do is just do the opposite of what the masses are doing. Okay? Literally, just do the opposite. What the masses are doing is they're just going after what's the cheapest. Give me the cheapest traffic source, give me the cheapest education, give me the cheapest of everything, okay? And then they're getting misinformed, they're not getting what they need, and then they go cheap. At the end of the day, that cheap adds up to even much more than if they just paid something that's legit and proven, okay? Does that make sense, you guys? Okay? Don't go after the cheapest thing ever, okay? Don't go after the cheapest traffic source either, okay? Go after what works. Go after what's going to get you from point A to point B, okay? Mary Frost, what's up? I am one of the 1% above average. We'll be at 4% soon. Okay? Don't follow the sheep. Save for my dream. That's right, Activia. Okay? Makes a lot of sense? Okay, good. So, so internal communication, external communication, okay? I told you guys I went to this mastermind in Tampa. In 2005, how many of you guys attended the webinar where I think it was a live stream several weeks ago where I interviewed Dave Van Hoos? Yeah? It was 2000 and, I think it was 2000, I don't remember, it was 2011, 2012, 2000, somewhere in there. It was a few years ago. I went and I've invested $10,000 in a single day. It was like one day you pay 10 grand, but you learn how to create your presentation. You learn how to create, how to put together like a webinar, right? A formula. You know what? It was like the craziest investment ever. Up to that point, to me, that was like I've never paid $10,000 for a single day to nobody prior to that. So I was very, very hesitant. But then I'm like, dude, I'm building my dream, right? So I'm gonna do it. And that was probably one of the best investments that I've made because that $10,000 generated millions for me, okay? And you know what? What the best part is? That $10,000 gave me the skill that nobody can take away, which is right here. You cannot take it away from me, okay? I can apply that skill to sell that camera that I'm looking at, right? I can sell this computer. I can sell anything, right? And the salespeople, good salespeople, are those that drive the economy, okay? Nothing matters. Nothing happens until something is sold, okay? So we are entrepreneurs. We need to adopt this like just internalize it, right? Understand that who you are is you are important. If you are promoting a product that you believe in, that's good, that makes a difference, you go to bed at night sleeping well, knowing that the person that you sold that product to, okay, if they do what the product tells them to do, they'll get the result, and you know it in your heart of heart. You know that you don't sell air, you don't sell fluff, you're not taking advantage of people, you're doing the right thing, then you know what? You owe it to the world, okay? You owe it to your family, you owe it to yourself, okay? It is your duty to become the best at selling that product and getting that product to as many hands as you can, okay? Like the 4%, you know what, you guys? We're doing this. man, we're doing this. And you know what my vision is? My vision is, how can I create systems in place that will allow our people to get what they want on a massive scale, teach them the skills that are critical to help them explode doing what they want to do with their message, not necessarily what, like just selling the 4%, right? But we want to be the power behind those people. You know what I mean? Like we want to help them get to the place to where we want to build their confidence. How do you build confidence? Well, you got to plug into something that works initially, right? And as soon as you start generating some sales, as soon as you start understanding the game while you're earning money and you're getting your bills taken care of, you're getting your creditors are, getting taken care of, little by little. You're getting okay with your family starts to believe in you a little bit because now they can see that you're doing something that actually works, right? And your confidence level starts to build. Eventually, okay, we want to have you and empower you to, if you want to break away, for example, and build, if your passion is, dude, I want to create the next coolest mouse, all right? Or I want to create the next, training. Or I have this passion about, I don't know, I'm great at guitar, right? And I want to learn people, I want to teach people how to play guitar. I want to empower the youth. I want to empower kids. I want to do something. My passion is, whatever your passion is. Okay. As a matter of fact, tell me what your passion is. I'm curious. Over 400 people. What's your passion like? What do you want to do? Like if you had the skills necessary, right? What would you do? Okay. What would you do? Literally, what would you do? Selling water to a well. Believe in the product. Very, very important, Josephine, okay? Believe in the product. Okay? Teaching yoga. Okay? Phyllis says, hey, I want to teach yoga. Baby boomers retirement. Okay? Look at the diversity. Go ahead and tell me what you want, okay? What is your passion? My passion is to help others become great. Okay? Empower others. Okay? Teach cake decorating. Look, teach cake decorating, right? So look, maybe you want to create, maybe you're going to have, maybe one day, okay, who is that? Building orphanages, okay? Amy, all right? Amy wants to teach how to decorate cakes. Look, Amy, do you think there is a market of people, all right, that want to do what your passion is, okay? Now, Amy, what if you had a membership site, or what if you had a place, what if you had a community of where you guys get together and you literally you know what? We're going to be the best cake decorators in the world, man, that has ever lived on the planet. We're going to be those people. We're not going to be the average cake decorators and just compete with everybody else in the world. How can we be the best cake decorators literally in existence, okay? See, that's how you got to operate from. That's how we operate at the 4% here, okay? Don't look at your competition. You don't have a competition, man. You become your own competition. When you look at the competition, you failed, Cake decorating or whatever, retirement planning, yoga, right? Take a look at what's around and don't even pay attention there, because you say, how can we be the best at that, right? And so what you do is you start mastering your internal communication. You get super confident about your ability to learn what you need to learn to become that, right? Again, mastering your external communication. How do you now communicate your desire or your vision, okay, to your market in a way that will fire people up, okay? Again, simplify things. You got to learn how to do that. Again, it's going to take a little bit of time for you to master it, but it's one of those skills that when you master, you can use that skill to empower thousands, hundreds of thousands over here to build the best cake decorating, community in existence. You know what I mean? To where you guys are not just like average cake decorators. You're the best in the world, okay? And then you market to get these people. You see what I'm saying? So you can apply this to anything. But the diversity, now in order for you to do this, in order for you to live your dream, okay, you gotta now trace it back, okay? So let's say if you are, what would you need? Well, one day, if you could have this ultimate vision come to life, right? What would you need? Well, you would need the system, you would need the website, you would need the platform, you would need to build all this stuff. Now that's gonna take a little bit of money to do that, right? Eventually. Now, what if you had a platform that you could plug into and learn these necessary skills now while you're earning money, okay, to fund your dream, okay? So that's what we do here with the 4%. You know, Amy, I want you, I don't know if you're a member of the 4% or not, but I want you, my vision is to help you create your vision and turn it into reality, right? I'm going to answer your questions here in just a moment. Go wide, not in depth. You got to go wide and deep, Terrence. Okay? Provide shelter for the homeless. Provide shelter for the homeless, right? What do you need? You need money, okay? So the ability to sell a product in exchange for commission or money, okay, is very important. Those people who understand it and take this to the next step, which is, you know, and make a decision, say, you know what, I'm not going to just talk about it, I'm going to do something about it. They make the economy go around. They make the everything spin and turn, right? So all I'm telling you guys, look, let's commit, you know, let's commit to do something just incredible in the industry. You know what? I really, really believe that we can. You know what I mean? We can do this. And if I can plant a seed of hope, or maybe a seed of inspiration into your head or in your heart, you know, and hopefully, you know, say things in a way that might make you feel that, you know what, you can do it, which is the truth. You can. Look, I'm somebody that, you know, I did not know any of this stuff, you know, but I was learning from the best, deliberately was seeking out the best, you know. I invested in myself, still do it you know, all the time, you know, on a regular basis, every week, every month. I invest in my personal, you know, expansion, development, business, ideas, skill sets, right? And it's deliberate, okay? Most people will not do that. And then third thing is, as you're doing this, think of your marketplace and think of your community. How can you become somebody who's going to be very, very difficult to replace, okay? The law of income states three things: the need for what you do, your ability to do it, right? And how difficult it will be to replace you. So if you can become somebody who's very difficult to replace, which you can by deliberately making the decision, okay, you'll get compensated accordingly to that, okay? I'm going to answer your questions. I don't want to, like, I've been ranting here for like an hour. What questions do you guys have for me? Never say you can't. That's right, Jane. Never say you can't. You can't, okay? You can't. Success comes in cans. Remember that. Okay. Hey, if you're not a member of the 4%, if somebody can pop a link, if you guys are 4%ers here, guys can join us. You can check us out at no cost. Okay. Now we're not a welfare over here. You know, we're a training center. We do have a free level. You guys can come in. You go through 7 steps. Doesn't cost you anything. Don't even have to put a credit card. It will give you limited access to the 4%. You can stay with us for as long as you want for free. There's not a trial. We're not going to force you to upgrade or whatever. You will get a lot of training for free, a lot. Okay, you'll get the system. You'll get a funnel that you can plug into and start running it literally immediately for free. Doesn't cost you anything. You'll get access to our webinars. You'll get access to our shows. You'll get access to the webinar archives. Tons and tons more. You'll get more. Premium content for free than you would get from like a $2,000 product, literally, okay? And you get it for free. You'll get, I think, first 4 or 5 episodes of the Operation 100K, which is a $3,000 program, by the way. And if you would like to, if you like what we do, again, full transparency, I'm not here to try to like trick you or whatever. It is what it is. If you like it, great. If not, great. Find what you like. But we do have a pro level membership right now. You can get in and get yourself locked in at the pre-launch discount price. I think it's like 83% off or something crazy like that. $49 a month. You can get yourself locked in right now, or tonight we're running a special to where if you become a pro level, you can upgrade to a lifetime and just eliminate your payments completely. We will be increasing that $49. That's going to go up to like $247 a month, okay? Very, very soon here, and without warning. So again, if you would like to do that, feel free, but you can get yourself literally locked in at the $49. You get access to the Operation 100K. You become full pro level member with us if you'd like, okay? If you are somebody who is looking for not a community that will not tell you what you want to hear, but something that's genuine, that works, something that you can build on, right? Build your list, build your prospects list, build your buyers list, okay? And scale and grow and have multiple streams of income, okay, coming in for you. Then I think you will not find anything that's more powerful and simpler than what we have within the 4%. Encourage you to check us out, okay? Let's see your questions. I want to answer your questions here in just, let's see, for the next few minutes. If we go pro right now, will I stay at 49 or will it go up? If you get yourself at a pro right now, you'll be locked in at that price. Whatever price you get yourself locked in at, that's your price. It will not increase. Later on, when the price does increase, yours will not if you lock yourself in, okay? Okay. How is the lifetime promotional prices? Currently, today, it's $497. It's $24.97 original. So in 24 hours, it goes up to like, it expires. So if you guys become a pro level tonight, you can upgrade, if you'd like, to a lifetime. How's my dad? My dad just got released from the hospital an hour ago. Well, an hour before I got live, or I went live. I took him home from the hospital. Thank you guys, those guys who knew. My dad underwent a major surgery. It was over 6 hours. It was an operating table, and it was so bad that after the surgery, they had to give him epidural, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Ladies, you probably know what I'm talking about. To numb it up, in addition to the some of the probably the painkillers that are even stronger than like morphine. Just crazy stuff. But he's recovering well. He just got released from the hospital today. So thank you so much for your well wishes, and he says hi to you all, because I told him that a lot of you guys, 4%ers, you were wishing him well and everything. He says thank you very much, and he appreciates you a lot. Okay. Okay. I'm looking for your questions. Does this make sense, you guys? I mean, do you get this? I mean, if you just scale back what you do and think how can you simplify it, it really comes down to those things, okay? Learn traffic, learn communication, learn how to systematize what you do so that you can have your people, right, looking up to you, and you become the source that they're looking up to, okay? Your company, whatever you're promoting, one company or multiple companies over here, it's there, but it's just a means to an end, okay? And I know it's this craziest thing coming from a guy like myself, because typically what I probably needed to do, or what I should be doing, right, is telling you the opposite. I should be telling you, hey man, just use the company, run our message, don't build yourself, because that's not how you do it, okay? Build the company. What am I doing for you if I do that? I'm setting you up for failure, right? I'm setting you up for failure. Because you never take the time to invest in yourself and how to build yourself. You never take the time to really understand how do you talk to your list over here, right? And then if something happens to this company that you're dependent on, you're broke. You're on the street, right? I mean, you got no money. It's not what you want. You want to build yourself. You want to start thinking in terms of systems. And you can use the company systems initially, or you can use them for as long as you want to use them for, man. But keep in mind for yourself about the stuff that I'm telling you, okay? Very, very important. Okay, you are teaching us to stand on our own feet. That's right, Susan. That's what I'm doing, okay? A lot of garbage, you guys. A lot of garbage happening. A lot of shenanigans going on in the industry. A lot of these, a lot of these so-called gurus and marketers. They're keeping you in bondage. They're putting you in a virtual prison. And people don't even realize it. We want to do something. Dude, 4% is all about. It's not being typical, man. You know what typical people are doing? They're just following the herd. They're waking up every day, and they're just looking at what everybody else is doing, and they're doing that. Okay, unfortunately, it doesn't work. 4% is the cream of the crop, man. It's the cream of the crop. We got we're bringing some people. I'm not going to go into too much details here, but you guys, it's insane. Some of the things that we have happening here is absolutely insane. Hey, let me play this for you. Check this out. What is this, Mario? I think it's Mario. Hey, check this out. Complete beginner. Check this out right here.
I joined 2 weeks ago. Within 3 days, I started getting my first commissions online. So it's absolutely amazing. I've never seen anything like it before, and I hope to be around with the 4% group for a very long time. So I just want to say thank you, Vic, and you're the best. Thanks.
Mario, congratulations, man. Congratulations. You know what? I want to have tens of thousands of success stories. Tens of thousands. And you know what's going to happen? Guys like Mario, guys that plant their flag and say, you know what? We're going to take the time to learn this, right? You don't become a great doctor by just dabbling or going to the cheapest school that's available. Okay? You become a great doctor by making a decision that you're going to be a great doctor, and then learning and getting the skills that you need to become a great doctor. People that have committed to their greatness, okay, to becoming a 4%, they will have their own ripple and they will make their own difference in the world, man. And that's more, it's bigger, it's more satisfying than any money in the world. Because money is just a byproduct, you know? I have been a 4% since November 16th. When will the traffic training start? Turbulent Mind. Turbulent Mind. That's an interesting name. Go through Operation 100K. The best training you will ever find anywhere online. Hey, how many of you guys are going through Operation 100K right now? Tell me. Tell me what you think about that, especially if you got to like episode 6. By the way, we're dropping episode 7 in the morning, tomorrow morning. Okay? And I'm looking for other questions here. How did he do this? He plugged into the 4% systems, just followed it, man. That's it. Very, very simple. Okay? Let's see, I'm looking for your questions here. A lot of you guys are fired up. Cool. Tomorrow, hey, okay, some of you guys went through episode 6. Episode 7 is going to be, if you want to learn traffic, here's what we're doing, okay? To become great, okay? It's not enough for us just to talk about marketing and then everything else is going to be fine, right? There are 8 key areas of life. Okay, some of you guys know this. I talked about it. That we believe that when you decide to become a 4%er in, your life will be great. Okay? Business and marketing is one. It does you no good to put all of your effort and attention on business and marketing, become great in business, and then die when you're 35 or 40 because you did not take care of your health or because you were drinking, poisoned by the gallons. I'm talking about sodas, guys, okay? Dude, I'm telling you, okay? When I was drinking sodas, I did not feel good. I did not have the energy. Just telling you like it is. If you're doing that, stop it. If you're doing something that you know it's not good for you health-wise, stop it. Because if you don't have energy in this body, right? That's gonna reflect in your business. That's gonna reflect how you behave. That's gonna reflect how you walk. That's gonna reflect how you talk. It's gonna reflect how you connect. It's gonna reflect how you think. It's gonna reflect in every other area of your life. So we believe that, business and marketing is one thing. Health is another thing that we need to be conscious, right? And become a 4%er in that area as well. Again, there's relationships, There's your friendships, love and romance, there's contribution, there's fun. Everything is important. Everything is important. All those 8 key areas are important. Now, we start with one, right? And people think, well, I gotta do this. But at the same time, we'll start to tag on and attach all these other things, right? And we'll make it like a game. right? And we believe that the vision is so big, you guys, that we need people that resonate with it. I cannot pull it off by myself. We cannot pull it off with 10 people, okay? We need an army. We need an army of people that resonate with it, not people that like, okay, I'm gonna try it and see what happens, okay? I need people who can see, who can tell great when they see it, right? And I need people who are entrepreneurial minded, people who are visionaries, people who are not just thinking about themselves, but people who think about the future and what they would like to do in the world, right? If that's you, you need to be in the 4%. You got to be here with us, okay? Because together we do this, and then we do this, and you benefit like you can't even imagine right now, okay? Got people like Les Brown. We've got, Tony Horton is going to be at the next conference coming up. We've got Daven, who's literally the best of the best, coming in. Incredible stuff. You've got to be a part of it, okay? And we want to help you. Okay, this is the best family to be a part of. What's the date for the conference? Paul, we will be making a date announcement tomorrow. We're waiting for the, on some final things. I'll be making a date announcement tomorrow, okay? Inside of the group. How long did it take you? Okay, Terrence Freeman is asking, how long did it take you, Vic, to build your list to 100,000 plus when you started this industry? Terrence, my goal was not 100,000 people list, My goal was, when I got 2 people on my list, 20 people, initially I just ran my first ad, literally like first ad on Craigslist. Didn't cost me anything. I got like 20 subscribers, right? And I was focusing on taking care of those 20 subscribers to the best of my ability at that time. I just needed to be like 3 steps ahead of them. I could not be behind them though. I could not, like, if I'm teaching you right now, you guys, like literally in 4% right now, like if I'm a leader of a group, okay, we've got over 110,000 members, thousands new people coming in every day. I don't even know where we're at. We might be pushing 120,000 right now, but it's growing ridiculous. But here's the challenge though, okay? I've got to become somebody who's going to be a step ahead of everybody else. And it's not a selfish thing. I don't believe in leading from behind. You know what I mean? I don't believe in leadership by theory. I believe in leading by example, right? So should you. So whether you have 20 people, if you just commit to become the sharpest for those 20 people, okay? The sharpest. In other words, you've got to be doing things. You cannot let your people like get ahead of you. You've got to invest. You've got to expand. You've got to grow. You've got to extend your thinking, right? You've got to expand your mind. You've got to go and continuously invest in yourself. Every single day you've got to grow. Like if you wake up tomorrow and you haven't learned something new, like you didn't advance, you didn't get a step closer to your ultimate destination, then you're falling behind, right? It's constant, staying on the edge, staying and expanding that edge and moving that edge, right, for your people. That's how you grow, and that's how you can become irreplaceable, but it's one step at a time, okay? So don't focus on a 100,000 people list. It's irrelevant. You can go to internet and search for lists, and you can get 100,000 people. You can get 100 million people on your list, like tomorrow, just like that. It might cost you $500 to get like millions of people on your list. It's irrelevant. What's relevant is your relationship to the 5 people that are following and listening to you, right? And then 25, and then 50 people, and then 500 people, and it's being an example to those guys, right? That's what I did essentially, initially, and it really, really helped me. The problem is most people are not doing it. Most people are just followers. But you've got to be mindful who you follow. I follow. I'm a follower. I'm a learner. I'm a student of the game. I want to learn at this stage, right? I want to learn from people that are, I learn a lot from people who are in different industries. Like I learned a lot from the Trump. I learned a lot from Trump, man. And I'm like, politics aside, dude, just how he, like business, just looking and observing. I don't care about the politics again, but just the campaign part and being like controversial. Like if you don't have haters, you're not doing things big enough. You know, you're gonna have people that will be hating on you, and you gotta be okay with it, right? So you gotta grow a thick skin, if you will, and be okay with it, right? Because if you start breaking through and breaking away from the pack, you will have people criticizing you. It'll be your family, it'll be your friends, right? It'll be people, it'll be your prospects. They'll start getting jealous of your success. It'll be your competition. They'll be jealous of your success. You just gotta be immune to that stuff and keep on building your vision. Don't let the crabs pull you back into the bucket, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from Elon Musk. My goodness, if you haven't read his autobiography, Elon Musk, highly recommend you guys check it out. Okay, incredible stuff. If you think you have it bad, you know, listen or read his autobiography, Elon Musk. I learned a ton from Steve Jobs, right? I learned a lot from people who are crushing it in real estate and people who are crushing it in systems and franchises, etc., right? We have a guy here, local. He opened up a fitness center chain here in my city, and they're just like out of nowhere. They just start popping everywhere. Like I don't know, like 15 or 20 different locations in a city of less than 200,000 people in population. It's insane, and it's literally just like this, right? They're just popping like mushrooms. And his chain business is going like everybody's switching over to his deal. I'm like, who is this guy, right? He's older dude, probably in his 60s. Turns out he was one of the best systems builder or like a chain, what do you call them? Franchise personalities or a guy that created and opened franchise like Burger King's here in the Midwest area, right? And he's literally, he opened more franchises in the Midwest area here in the United States than anybody else, right? So I'm like, okay, how do I get together with that guy? How do I get him? We might actually, I might actually pin him down and we might do an interview with him for the 4%. This is what I'm fishing for. It's not necessarily playing in your or swimming in your own, little pond and learning from people that are just like you. I'm talking about getting ideas and expanding your mind because you'll start to think on a whole different level when you start exposing yourself to these other, industries, right? And that will help you build your online marketing. And this is how you, come up with fresh ideas and constantly stay on the edge and push your game forward. Okay? I cannot hear anything. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Okay, good. Freezing up. 1. Are we still live? Maybe it's time for us to start wrapping this up, huh? Okay. Hey everybody, here's what I'm gonna tell you, man. Build your dream, okay? Build your dream, you guys. You can dominate. It doesn't take a rocket science. It takes commitment. It takes decision, okay? If I can help you in anything, if you're in the 4%, follow Operation 100K. I've got video people scheduled here for the rest of this week, and then into next week we're popping those episodes. So if you're waiting for episode 7, that's going to drop tomorrow. Episode 8, 9 is following up. It's going to get you the best training on. Like imagine standing behind my shoulder. If you're not in the 4%, you don't know what I'm talking about. So I just say, okay, how would I build out a campaign? Promoting products and running campaigns from our portfolio that would go from 0 to generate $100,000 in commissions as an affiliate. And I would document the entire thing, every click. If I work on a campaign, the camera is rolling, and you get to see the screen, you get to see what I'm thinking, you get to hear me thinking out loud, right? You get to see the resources, where I'm getting the traffic, how I split test, the landing pages that I'm using, the tweaks that I'm making, right? The emails that I'm writing, the follow-ups, the communication, everything is recorded, right? How much would you pay for a training like that? Like if I told you, okay, it's gonna cost you $10,000, but I'll give you this package, I'll give you this training. It's a journey of you get to watch somebody over the shoulder, literally every mouse move, every click. And you will see how that person started the campaign without using his list build it to $100,000 in commissions, okay, as an affiliate, and you can replicate that to anything that you're promoting, anything, okay? Would it be worth $10,000? Okay? Well, the cool thing is it's not going to be $10,000, not yet anyways, okay? It will be selling for $3,000, but right now you can get it in, if you're a member of the 4%, become a pro level member, we'll include it for you as a bonus. It's in development right now. You get to see me do this live, right, as we do this, and you get to keep it. It doesn't cost you a cent extra, okay? If I can help you with anything, let me know. But here's the thing, and I'll tell you this. I believe that right now, if you want to be successful, you don't have an excuse valid enough for you not to be successful. You know what I mean? You don't have an excuse that's valid. You say, I don't have the money? Be resourceful, okay? It doesn't take money to make money. It takes courage, it takes resources to make money, okay? You say, I don't have a mentor? Yes, you do have a mentor. What else? What's blocking your success? What's stopping you, okay? If you really think about it, it's really you, isn't it? It's really you that's stopping you from succeeding, because you've got everything to succeed. So I just want to, hopefully inspire you, and invite you, if you resonate with this message, if you resonate with this vision, if you resonate with, if you want to be a part of an army, I'm not saying group anymore, it's an army. We dropped the group from the 4%. It's 4% now, right? It's an army, it's a movement. It's incredible. It's not about any one of us individually, it's about all of us together, Then there's a bunch of links being shared in the stream here, If somebody shared this video with you, if you're watching this on somebody else's wall, check it out, and I'll see you inside. All right, everybody? Hey, be blessed, stay awesome, and as you're doing that, okay, you guys just know that I'm gonna play something else for you here real quick. Hold on a sec. Hey, check this out. Check this out right here. Let me see. Okay? Check this out, and I'll see you inside of the 4%. Be blessed.
Now, I've been blessed to be fairly successful as an internet entrepreneur, and I got to tell you guys, what Vic has put together with the 4% group is absolutely one of the most ingenious things that I've seen. So what Vic has put together is a system that you plug into your prospects, and the system does all the work for you. It does all the selling, all the telling. Because if you're only focused on linear income in today's economy, you're setting you and your family up for hardships later on. It's just a fact. So we have multiple streams of income within this system, all the way from low ticket to high ticket. And if you're coachable, trainable, and teachable, the 4% will make you unstoppable. Now, when John Pimberthy called me and Vic was showing this to me, light bulbs went off immediately. And I started sharing this with people around the world, and people started joining, right? Because it's very cost effective. Anyone can join just about anywhere in the world. And we started developing residual income within that first week for me and my family. What's the power of this and why am I sharing it? Is because the system did it. This is about multi-level money, multi-level mindset, and multi-level motivation to take you and your life and your business to the next level, that 4% level. Vic, what you put together is genius, my friend. I feel 1,000% comfortable sharing this with everybody in the world. Love you guys. Take care. Let's all be 4%ers, and I'll see you soon.